Perez's future has finally been sealed. Albon advises whoever will be driving next to Verstappen next season, and McLaren's papaya rules get criticized. Do consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Sergio Perez is at a crossroads. Recent reports suggest that the Mexican driver is about to leave Red Bull, as negotiations over his future continue. There's growing speculation that an announcement could come as early as today. Throughout the ongoing F1 2024 season, Perez has struggled to keep pace with his teammate Max Verstappen. As the season came to a close, he finished a staggering 7 places behind Verstappen in the drivers' standings, trailing by a whopping 285 points. Notably, he hasn't stood on the podium since the Chinese Grand Prix back in April, putting his future with the team in jeopardy. Despite signing a new 2-year contract just this past June, Perez's position has become increasingly precarious. Insight from expert analysts indicates that he faces imminent replacement ahead of the F1 2025 season, with promising young driver Lawson being tipped to partner Verstappen in the future. Initially, Perez expressed his determination to finish out his contract, which is set to expire at the end of the 2026 season. He was adamant about his commitment, insisting he had no plans to leave Red Bull. Yet, after the season finale, Perez acknowledged the reality of the situation. He mentioned that ongoing discussions were taking place about their next steps, reflecting an openness to potential change. "We're going to be talking in the coming days to discuss what's going to happen moving forward," he said, implying that both parties are evaluating options. If an agreement isn't reached, he is prepared to honor the contract he signed, but the writing seems to be on the wall. Meanwhile, Red Bull's advisor, Helmut Marko, has also weighed in on the matter. He announced that an update on the driver lineup is expected very soon. In his remarks, Marko also dismissed speculation surrounding a potential multi-million-dollar separation fee for Perez, labeling these rumors as nonsense. Amid these developments, the future looks uncertain for Perez. Recent discussions suggest he might transition into an ambassadorial role within Red Bull, but there's also the possibility of severing ties completely. As fans of Formula One, it's essential to stay tuned as this situation evolves. Will Sergio Perez continue in the high-stakes world of F1, or will he be moving on? Whatever the outcome, it's sure to send ripples through the racing community. As we wait for the announcement, let's remember that the world of Formula One is always full of surprises. Whether it's Perez's next move or the busy grid shaping up for 2026, there's no shortage of excitement. Stay with us for updates as this story develops. Lawson's potential promotion to Red Bull's senior team marks an interesting shift in the Formula One landscape. After just 11 impressive Grand Prix appearances, the young driver has confidently expressed his readiness to partner with none other than Max Verstappen. In an exclusive interview, Lawson dismissed comparisons to former teammates Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon, who faced challenges after their respective promotions. He understands that racing alongside Verstappen, a 4-time world champion and proven fastest driver on the grid, presents a unique challenge. Lawson admitted, "You have to be realistic and know that he's not someone you can easily outqualify." However, instead of feeling overwhelmed, he sees this as an invaluable learning opportunity, stating, "For me as a driver, to be able to go in against the guy who's won 4 world championships, that's what's exciting for me about the opportunity." With talk of Lawson taking the seat, it has been suggested that his current position alongside Yuki Tsunoda in Red Bull's junior team will likely be filled by Isaac Hadjar. This 20-year-old French-Algerian has made waves, finishing second in the Formula 2 standings in 2024, making him a strong contender for the junior role. Recently, discussions surrounding Sergio Perez's future within the team have intensified, with sources suggesting that he may already have left Red Bull. Ted Kravitz from Sky Sports raised questions about Perez's status, further fueling speculation. Meanwhile, Alex Albon, who has first-hand experience as Verstappen's teammate, issued a stark warning about the demands and pressures that come with that role. In addition to Lawson's rise, attention is now shifting to how Perez's exit could impact Red Bull. The rumors and potential personnel changes highlight the dynamic nature of the sport. Expectations are high as fans and analysts alike watch closely to see how these developments unfold and what this means for the future structure of the team. As we continue to follow the twists and turns in this fascinating F1 storyline, one thing is for sure. The excitement around these young talents like Lawson and the established giants like Verstappen promises an electrifying season ahead. Keep your seatbelts fastened. The adrenaline-filled world of Formula One is just getting started. Max Verstappen has never been one to hold back, and his recent comments on McLaren's so-called papaya rules are no exception. After the thrilling 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix, Verstappen criticized these racing guidelines, labeling them as nonsense. He even suggested that if his engineer were to bring up similar phrases over the radio, he'd simply tell them to shut up. But what exactly are these papaya rules? The term was introduced by McLaren during the Italian Grand Prix, following a dramatic moment when Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri secured the front row. After Piastri overtook Norris for the lead, the British driver was restricted from re-challenging his teammate due to these rules. The term itself, papaya, comes from the vibrant color associated with McLaren, and it symbolizes a code for fair racing among teammates. McLaren's team principal, Andrea Stella, provided some clarity on these rules. He emphasized that the aim is to race cleanly and responsibly, particularly when the drivers are in such a competitive environment. He explained to media outlets, including planetf1.com, that when both cars are racing in papaya, drivers must exercise extra caution, not just towards competitors, but also towards each other. Stella's vision is clear. He wants his drivers to avoid the mindset where their main competitor is their teammate. Instead, he encourages a spirit of unity and synergy, pushing for both drivers to cross the finish line successfully, rather than letting rivalries cloud their judgment on the track. In contrast, Verstappen saw little merit in McLaren's approach. To him, placing an in-house label on such straightforward racing directives only complicates the situation. He feels that having a specific term can create unnecessary tension. In his eyes, racing should inherently be about skill and strategy, not about adhering to special rules that seem trivial. This tension highlights a broader discussion in Formula One. As racing continues to evolve, the dynamic between teammates can significantly impact team performance and individual success. Teams like McLaren may develop unique strategies and phrases to govern their internal affairs, but it's essential to balance these with the natural competitive spirit that drives the sport. As Verstappen continues to excel with Red Bull, his candid remarks may stir debates not just within McLaren, but throughout the F1 community. What do you think? Are in-house rules beneficial for the sport, or do they distract from the core of competitive racing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Max Verstappen has stirred the pot once again, voicing his strong opinions about team dynamics in Formula One. Recently, he took aim at McLaren's new term referring to their drivers racing closely together. Verstappen dismissed it as nonsense, emphasizing that it was a rather ineffective way to approach a straightforward situation. "I'd tell him to just shut up immediately. What kind of nonsense is this?" he quipped, in response to the idea of papaya rules. Verstappen believes that the messaging could have been simpler, stating, "You're allowed to race is the only direction drivers really need." In his eyes, the right guidance could have solved issues within the team more efficiently. Switching gears, we hear from Alex Albon, who has a unique perspective on being a teammate to Verstappen. His experience may give insight into the pressures faced at Red Bull, especially as rumors swirl around Sergio Perez's potential exit from the team. It's a complicated environment for any driver stepping onto this stage. Meanwhile, the behind-the-scenes drama at Red Bull continues to unfold. Christian Horner and Jos Verstappen have been in the spotlight, shedding light on what has been referred to as a mudslinging battle. This strife highlights the diverse narratives competing for attention within the team. Helmut Marko, another prominent figure in Red Bull's hierarchy, has revived discussions about perceived bias against Verstappen in the British media. This unbalanced treatment fuels ongoing debates surrounding the narrative of the sport, especially how it intertwines with nationality and performance. And just when you thought it couldn't get more intriguing, Verstappen has taken another shot at a couple of British broadcasters. His remarks following the Brazil GP add to the burgeoning list of incidents that illustrate his contentious relationship with the media. So there you have it! The complex world of F1 is never shy of controversy. Will Verstappen's candid critiques lead to any changes within his team or the media's approach towards him? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the tension is palpable, and F1 fans will be keenly watching this drama unfold. What's your take on Verstappen's latest comments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Carlos Sainz has taken a significant step in his career, embarking on an emotional farewell from Ferrari as he prepares for his move to Williams for the 2025 Formula One season. The whispers of Lewis Hamilton's signing created a shadow over Sainz's time at Ferrari, ultimately leading to the decision that his contract would not be renewed beyond 2024. In his final moments with the team, Sainz and his father were granted a heartfelt farewell test by Ferrari, allowing them to relive the memories of their journey together. This occasion was not just a routine test, but a meaningful send-off, giving the duo a chance to share the track one last time in Ferrari's 2022 F175 car, which holds special significance for Sainz as the vehicle that brought him his maiden victory at the British Grand Prix. The day was filled with emotions as father and son were captured on cameras showcasing their bond on track, driving alongside one another. Following the test, both took a moment to address the Ferrari staff, expressing deep gratitude for the experiences they shared. Sainz Sr. spoke passionately, thanking the team for everything they've done and sharing a touching note about becoming a grandfather. In a heartfelt moment, Sainz Jr. also expressed thanks in Italian, referencing his father's achievement in the Dakar Rally, proving that their bond transcends racing. Sainz's departure from Ferrari presents a unique opportunity for him with Williams, a move that many believe is not as unexpected as it might seem. With solidifying sponsorship deals, such as the recent announcement from Santander joining Williams, things are aligning perfectly for an exciting new chapter in Sainz's career. His impressive performance last season, highlighted by victories in Australia and Mexico, only adds to the anticipation surrounding his future endeavors. As Carlos Sainz gears up for his journey with Williams, the legacy he leaves at Ferrari is undeniably powerful. Fans and supporters will be eagerly watching as he steps into this new role, bringing with him lessons learned and memories cherished from his time with one of the sport's most iconic teams. The Formula One landscape continues to change, and as we anticipate F1 2025, Sainz's emergence in a new light among the drivers will surely add an exciting layer to the championship rivalry. Stay tuned as the story unfolds, and we witness how this transition will shape both Sainz's career and the teams involved. The world of motorsport is fast-paced, but the spirit of collaboration, gratitude, and ambition remains timeless. Carlos Sainz's farewell from Ferrari was an emotional moment, not just for him, but also for his father. The speculation surrounding his exit intensified when Eddie Jordan shared how both were moved to tears during Sainz's last race with the team in Abu Dhabi. Naturally, the decision to drop Carlos has raised eyebrows and emotions. Jordan didn't hold back, questioning Ferrari chairman John Elkann's decision, saying he must have rocks in his head for letting Sainz go. It's clear that many in the F1 community are surprised by this choice, especially given Sainz's strong performances over the years. However, there's still a glimmer of hope for Sainz's return. Fred Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, indicated that discussions about a possible reunion have already taken place. He acknowledged the small nature of the motorsport world, stating that while current projects are the focus, the future remains unpredictable. It's a nuanced situation. While Sainz may be moving on for the time being, his relationship with Ferrari might not be entirely closed off. Vasseur revealed to DAZN Spain that conversations have occurred, leaving the door ajar for a return. "You never know what is going to happen in the future," he said, highlighting how interconnected the F1 landscape is. What Sainz does next and Ferrari's future decisions could very well intersect again down the line. In other news, Lando Norris humorously pointed out that he's pleased Sainz won't be in a quick car in 2025, sparking lighthearted banter between the drivers. The camaraderie amongst competitors often brings a refreshing angle to the fierce rivalry of Formula One. As discussions continue about the team dynamics and the implications of Sainz's departure, all eyes will be on how this impacts both drivers involved in Ferrari's ambitious plans. Stay tuned as the motorsport world keeps a close watch on these developments. We'll see how these changes unfold and how they shape the future narrative of F1 in the coming years. In the high-octane world of Formula One, relationships between teammates can make or break a driver's career. Today, we focus on Alex Albon and Max Verstappen, delving into the unique challenges of being Verstappen's teammate at Red Bull Racing. Albon, who drove alongside Verstappen from 2019 to 2020, has issued a stern warning about the potential difficulties faced when partnering with the reigning world champion. He candidly acknowledged the immense pressure that comes with being Verstappen's teammate, stating that it's not going to be an easy place to be. Currently, Sergio Perez finds himself in a precarious position. Although he's contracted with Red Bull until 2025, rumors swirl about his seat for the coming season, with rising star Liam Lawson being touted as a possible replacement if Perez doesn't secure his place. Reflecting on his time with Verstappen, Albon offered insight into two crucial aspects of being a teammate to someone of Max's caliber. He is aware of the unique weight the partnership can carry and understands how it can influence a driver's trajectory in the sport. He noted that during his stint, the pressure from an up-and-coming Perez, then racing at Racing Point, contributed to an even more competitive atmosphere. Red Bull ultimately decided to sign Perez for the 2021 season, leaving Albon to assume a third driver role. This experience allows him to empathize with Perez's current struggle, underscoring the challenges drivers face alongside Verstappen. As Albon elaborates, appreciating Verstappen's talent is paramount. His raw skill and determination set a high bar, pushing teammates to their limits. Being part of the Red Bull team not only requires exceptional driving capabilities, but also a mindset ready to tackle challenges head-on. In the fast-paced world of F1, it's vital to recognize the unique dynamics that come into play when sharing the pit with a driver like Max Verstappen. And while each teammate faces their challenges, those who can adapt and rise to the occasion often find themselves forging their path to success in this thrilling sport. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the intricacies of team dynamics in Formula One, exploring more stories and insights from the grid. As we delve into the current state of the F1 2025 grid, we encounter a fascinating landscape of talented drivers and new teams preparing to make their mark on the championship. Let's start with the confirmed driver lineup for the 2025 season. As teams solidify their rosters, fans eagerly anticipate who will be battling it out on the track. With familiar names returning and some new entries in the mix, the excitement is building. With the introduction of Cadillac as the new 11th team, there's no question that F1 continues to expand its horizons. Cadillac's entry into the Formula One world is generating buzz for many reasons. Not only is it a storied automobile manufacturer, but it also signifies an increasing interest in the sport from different corners of the automotive industry. This new team represents fresh competition and a chance for new stories to unfold on the grid. Now let's touch on the dynamic between teammates that exist in these high-pressure environments. Being in the spotlight constantly can be tough. We often see that the competitive nature of F1 leads to intense rivalries within teams. And for anyone stepping up to be the teammate of an established star like Max Verstappen, it's certainly not a walk in the park. His unique driving style and preference for specific car setups set a high bar for anyone who shares the garage with him. One key point to acknowledge is how a driver's style impacts car setup. Verstappen is known for gripping that steering wheel in a distinct way that allows him to maximize his performance on the track. Many believe that his driving style demands sensitive inputs, something which other drivers struggle to adapt to fully. Alexander Albon, with his first-hand experience, has provided insight into this conversation. He remarked on the interplay between driving style and car configuration, suggesting that both aspects influence each other significantly. Early in the year, Checo Perez seemed to have a more stable experience with the car, performing well relative to his competitors. However, transitioning from that comfort to a more challenging setup can take its toll on a driver's performance. Navigating this intricate landscape of vehicle dynamics and personal driving preferences is no easy feat. It requires not just skill behind the wheel, but also a profound understanding of how to make the machinery work for them. As we look ahead, all eyes will be on how these dynamics unfold within the teams. Will the new entrants shake up the power balance? And how will established drivers adapt to these evolving challenges? The growing interest in F1, marked by expanding teams and intricate team dynamics, paints a thrilling picture for the upcoming seasons. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the thrilling developments within Formula One, bringing you exclusive insights and stories from the grid that you won't want to miss. As Sergio Perez's future at Red Bull hangs in the balance, fresh rumors circulate, with reports suggesting he may have already left the team. Sky F1's Ted Kravitz highlights that this exit could be related to engineering decisions. Meanwhile, Christian Horner and Max Verstappen have been at the center of a mudslinging battle, providing insights into the current tension within the team. Max's comfort with the car contrasts sharply with Checo's struggles, leading to speculation about the team dynamics. As we look forward, the implications of these changes could reshape the grid, making it essential to follow Perez's fate as the season unfolds. The stakes are high, not just for Perez but for the entire Red Bull team as they navigate these turbulent waters. With the next season around the corner, keep an eye on how these developments might impact the race for the championship. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the evolving world of Formula One, bringing you all the latest updates and insights from the heart of the sport.